It's been nearly a year since alopecia took the center stage at last year's Academy Awards when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock after the comedian made a joke about Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, who has the condition. And Rock's joke sparked criticism and conversations around the world, and also questions about what alopecia is. Our Laura Painter met with people in Sacramento who are living with the life-altering condition and the community that's grown around it.
I just love the challenge. I love to make a boat go faster, have a better day than you did the day before, and to work together with the other people in the boat.
Stroke by stroke, mile by mile, day by day.
It's great. I love it.
16-year-old Maya Nordberg rows more than 17 hours a week.
I don't think if I hadn't had alopecia, like if I'd never gotten alopecia, I'd be different than the way I was.
These class photos show Maya at different points in her journey with alopecia areata.
It first presented itself, in October of 2016, when Maya was in 4th grade, so a few weeks before her 10th birthday.
I was the one who first realized
You
her bald spots. Because we were at school when I first realized them. It was like a Wednesday after school art class.
Maya isn't alone. She's one of nearly 7 million people in the U.S. affected by alopecia areata.
Alopecia is a medical term that means bald. There are lots of different forms of alopecia. One of the more common ones that a lot of people have seen, I think, recently with celebrities and other people having this situation is alopecia areata, which is a form of immune alopecia. The body is actually attacking the hair follicles, causing the hairs to fall out.
Describe for us that roller coaster of emotion you guys must have been feeling as, your baby, your child, going through something like this, and as you're first hearing this information and absorbing it, and can you walk us through some of those emotions you felt?
The first emotion was, what is happening? Why is your hair falling out, and why is it falling out in these very precise little discs?
Dr. Parsi didn't treat Maya, but he works with families like the Nordbergs, to whom alopecia can be a surprise.
For the autoimmune type of alopecia, with alopecia areata, we know that it can affect any age. So we see kids with it, we see young adults, people in older ages. And it also can affect any ethnicity. In general, there's about a 2% chance that someone could develop that autoimmune form of alopecia during their lifetime.
It's not a life-threatening illness. It is a life-changing illness. You can have hair on Sunday and it can start to fall out on Monday. And there's no predicting when that's going to happen.
That's the situation sales professional Leslie Turvilles found herself in later in life.
Okay, ready for this? Kind of crazy.
For most of her life, Leslie's hair looked like this.
I'm half Italian and I had phenomenal hair. So, I just had so much hair.
When did you find out about your diagnosis? When did you notice some changes?
My hairdresser found a size about of a quarter in the back of my head. No hair at all. I went and had injections and it came back and wasn't terribly concerned. And then it come 2007, February, my husband's son committed suicide. March, I was in excruciating pain. I needed neck surgery. The doctor feels between suicide and the physical trauma that I was going through and pain in my neck, that my immune system kind of went into overdrive, and I was losing my hair in that time. In 3 months, I was completely bald.
After discovering she had developed alopecia in her 50s, Leslie turned to wigs to help her cope in public settings, at work, and when meeting new people.
I tried the no wig thing, and then the no wig thing kind of led to, I didn't want people thinking I was sick. I'd rather just blend in.
Leslie says she tends to go wigless and hatless whenever she can in the comfort of friends and family.
I don't like to stand out.
In fact, Leslie's wearing a wig in our interview. It's new, made of human hair, and cut and colored by Sacramento-based hairstylist Susan Stewart.
I feel like hair is the first thing we see. It's the first thing we judge on somebody. Hair is basically how you feel about yourself. I feel like they finally feel like themselves again.
That up to a third of people with it feel like they almost lose part of their identity. And so you can imagine the toll that takes on your emotional, mental health.
The fact that they allowed me to be in this part of their world, I think is very trusting. And so I will do anything I can to make sure they feel comfortable and happy. And when they are satisfied, it makes my day.
Maya showed us some of the wigs she has, which can be hot and uncomfortable.
She wasn't interested in going out of the house without her scarf on. She wasn't interested in going to school without her scarf on. And during that time, she was completely bald.
But over time, that started to change, thanks in part to group outings with other kids and their families dealing with different types of alopecia. One camp in particular marked a turning point.
It was 100 kids all together with their parents and adult mentors with alopecia, and so that was...
When she took her scarf off among what were complete strangers for the first time.
It's not easy for the child that's having this happen to them for the first time, but parents as well, working with friends, family, and neighbors, teachers, you know, occasionally dealing with, you know, some of the negative things that might come as a result of just kids being kids.
I'd say embrace it. Find like a good group of people that'll support you. It's not the end of the world. You're not going to die from it. It's just something that affects your appearance, but it doesn't affect what's on the inside of you.
That is exactly right. And that was our Laura Painter with that story tonight. You can find support resources and more information on the different kinds of alopecia on our website, abc10.com.